Welcome to the Clarity Advisor Show, where you'll learn how to grow your team today. Join Ken Trupke and his guests as they discuss what works and doesn't work to grow your team in today's world. And now, your host, Ken Trupke.
Hello, and welcome to the Clarity Advisor Show. Today is another Ask Me Anything show where I address your questions. And today we have two. So, question number one. My boss heard me laughing with a customer on the phone and told me I need to be more professional. I was just being friendly. Was that wrong? All right, so friendly versus professional. Some people think that happy and friendly aren't professional, and that good work can't be accomplished unless everyone is stern and serious. But customers like to buy where people are friendly. I do, and you probably do too. And when they speak with you on the phone, customers notice and appreciate when you're friendly toward them. Professional and friendly are not opposites. Some people use professional as an excuse just to be unfriendly. To me, professional indicates a high level of skill and polish, that you know your stuff. So you can be a competent professional who knows their stuff and be friendly. Now, it's hard to train friendly. So I encourage you to hire friendly people, and not just customer service people, but everyone, because unfriendly people will drain energy from you and your team. Now, being friendly is much easier when you're happy, and happy people know that happiness isn't what happens to you. It's the choice that you make about how you respond to what happens to you. And since we spend a considerable amount of waking hours at work, why not choose to make that time enjoyable? Get the job done and have some fun. People who are unhappy at work are often unhappy outside of work. And typically that unhappiness started long before this job. So as a leader, you may not have the time and energy it will take to move someone from unhappy to happy. So hire happy people and encourage your team to talk to you if they aren't happy. And if nothing can be done, make it clear that you'll help them find another job. I mean, after all, why would you want people around who are unhappy? And more importantly, why would they want to continue to stay around and be unhappy? So the bottom line is take your responsibilities seriously, but don't take yourself seriously. You can be professional and friendly. And if it comes down to a choice, customers prefer friendly. So hire friendly people. And bonus tip, smile when you talk on the phone. You'll feel this and sound friendlier, and people will actually hear the smile in your voice. All right, question number two. I'm going on vacation and I'm looking for a book recommendation. Do you have some ideas? Oh, of course I have some ideas. I love reading. Now, reading can be listening to an audiobook too. But the idea of consuming content that somebody has put into book form is, to me, one of the best investments you can make. You can grab somebody's sometimes life work or the life story of someone for around $20. It's a great deal. So, a couple recommendations. We'll go by kind of area. First, if you're looking for some professional development or personal development, can't go wrong with Atomic Habits by James Clear. If you want to change anything about yourself, there are tons of great tips and step-by-step action plans in this book. He's got lots of examples. It's just very conversational in tone. Great book. It's one that you can pick up and just read different chapters. You don't necessarily have to go in order. And it's something that you can come back to when you're trying to change another habit down the road. So huge recommendation for Atomic Habits. Second, and you probably thought this was going to be my first recommendation, but here it is now as number two, Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. If you're looking to improve your communication and negotiation skills, especially if you're in sales, this is a tremendous book. He's got a handful of tactics that you can use to improve how you communicate with other people, things that you can do and say that will change the conversation and help you to be more effective. And he's got great engaging stories to make the points. So Never Split the Difference, huge number 2 recommendation. Okay, if you're looking for something a little bit shorter than either of those, I recommend The Go-Giver by Bob Burg. It's a great book about living a philosophy of service. It's an easy read, it's a story, and it's quick to consume, but you get his points. So that's a great book as well. And recently I've rediscovered the Jeffery Gitomer little books. He's got, I think, 7 little books, starting with the Little Red Book of Sales. And that's a great book to grab for a beach trip. Or another one I recommend is the Little Yellow Book of Yes Attitude. His style is very conversational. He's easy to read. There's a lot of different fonts and graphics and cartoons even. It's funny, and it's just packed with nuggets and wisdom. So that's the personal development group. I also am a big fan of biographies. So grab any famous person, pick anyone that you're personally interested in, and there's probably a pretty good biography out there. If you're not sure where to start, I vote for Mount Rushmore. Lincoln, Washington, Jefferson, and Roosevelt. Grab a biography about any one of those gentlemen, and you're going to see that people, even famous people and successful people's lives, was not just up and to the right. Everything didn't go well all the time. They didn't always succeed at what they tried. And it's, I think, refreshing to realize that life is a challenge for everyone, and that overcoming obstacles and the persistence and the grit that it takes is a universal human trait that leads to success. So if you're looking for something a little bit easier on the biography front, there's Biographies of Childhood Americans, where these are written for kids. They're shorter. Typically, they're bigger font, bigger print. It's a chance to meet famous people as they grow up. So you're learning literally about the childhood of some of these famous people. Not a biography, but a place also on the list of easier to consume are Landmark books. Landmark was a series of books published in the 1950s, that you can still get at the library or on Amazon or eBay. And they're easy to read, and it's a chance to learn about history. Things like how the Erie Canal was built, and the California Gold Rush, or the Mississippi Bubble. They also have biographies that are a little bit easier to read than maybe some of the thicker, more adult-oriented biographies that you might get a hold of. But any of those are great to take to the beach. So whatever you choose, be sure to relax and enjoy your vacation. Don't make reading your book yet another task. This is a time to recharge, not a time to create a list of things to accomplish. We're on vacation now. We're not in work mode. So make sure you make that transition, whatever book you choose to bring along. Okay, we'll have links to all those book recommendations in the show notes. I'll also have a link to my reading list recommendations, which you can also get on the website, clarityadvisors.io, and go to free resources on the top menu, and you can get that list of recommended reading sent to you. And that brings us to the end of another Ask Me Anything episode. Feel free to email me with your questions that we can address on a future show. Send those to ken@clarityadvisors.io, and also send any topics you'd like to have me cover or guests you'd like to see on the show. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you next time on the Clarity Advisor Show.
Thank you for listening to the Clarity Advisor Show. Clarity Advisors is a speaking, training, and consulting firm specializing in helping you simplify your sales and operating systems to improve efficiency and grow your profits. Connect with Clarity Advisors today to learn more about how they can help you improve communication and get your team aligned and engaged for greater success.